Hey guys, what's going on? This is Lucas and welcome to my channel, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back. My last semester at uni is just over the horizon, and so I figured what better time to make this video than right now. Now let me give you a little backstory. My track record for my efficiency as a student is not what I would call good. I haven't exactly been the most focused, attentive, and organized student. Even through high school, I was never really organized, and through college, I kind of just coasted for the most part, especially during my 2-year degree. Normally, that's what I would have considered fine back in the day, but then COVID hit, and to describe my grades that I got during the last couple of semesters around COVID time, to describe them as dismal would be very generous. However, I am on a mission to finish strong, and so in this video I'm going to show you exactly how I plan to do that. Hopefully it can be helpful to you as well, because I want to finish the semester off with a bang.
Somebody just had their first bang!
So I'm going to tell you exactly what I plan to do to make the transition to being a better student as efficient and surefire as possible. First up, I'm going to be using a planner. This is a Clever Fox planner I bought off Amazon. Usually I didn't give much credence or much attention to planners, but after talking with Katie Faye of BookTube, she showed me the magic of planners and the wonders that they can open up for you. And so I decided, why not try and incorporate planners into my daily life? I know that I have unfortunately missed important appointments such as doctor's appointments and even exams and advising appointments, and if this can help that to not happen again, I would greatly appreciate that, because those are not really good things to miss. They tend to invoke a lot of stress, and they did invoke a lot of stress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using this Clever Fox planner to just jot down everything in my syllabi, all the exams, all the breaks, the vacations, the holidays, and the to-dos, essentially. Because it's laid out like a standard planner, it has a sort of a calendar spread for each month, as well as weekly breakdowns of just general to-dos that you can flip through. And what I like about this Clever Fox journal, this Clever Fox planner as well, is that it's also one-part bullet journal. So in the week-to-week spreads, you get this small little section that is specifically a bullet journal style entry. So I just thought that was really cool, because you can use that to just add your own drawings or add your own extra notes and just kind of flare it up, you know? And in addition, this planner also has several pages in the back that are just pure bullet journal goodness. So I can use those to make charts, I can use those to track other things that aren't necessarily part of school, or things that are just in line with my goals. Like, I know one thing I'm going to be using this for, in addition to tracking my sleep, is also tracking my YouTube schedule. Tracking the content that I upload, when I upload it, you know, what my sort of consistency is, things like that. And so I think a planner is just going to help things get organized in my head. It certainly can't hurt. Second thing, and this is going to be the biggest point that I'm going to bring up for what I plan to do to ensure my success in the next semester, is study habits, consistent study habits. I have been a mood student for as long as I can remember, and looking back on it, just reflecting on it, this invariably leads to more failure than it does to success. They say you have to study for around 2 to 3 hours for every 1 hour you spend in class, if I'm remembering that right, and I struggled to even meet that quota. Furthermore, I tend not to review my notes right after class, and revision? Revision who? The fuck is revision? On top of that, I tend to switch study habits more than a drama YouTube channel apologizes. One day I'll be using, say, my computer to take notes, another day I'll be using pencil and paper, another day I'll just be writing on the damn slides. And then when it comes to paper, sometimes I'll use just a pencil, sometimes I'll use a pen. I'll go from rollerball pen to colored pens to felt pens to gel pens. There's just no consistency to be had here. So that is something I aim to fix entirely by the time the next semester rolls around. And even suboptimal study habits have got to be better than whatever the hell I have going on here. So the program I'm going to be using for my note-taking that I have been using in the past to compartmentalize my life is Notion. Now, many of you have probably heard about Notion, but it's essentially an all-in-one note-taking app. I liken it to OneNote or Evernote or something like that, but I find Notion to be really intuitive. You can add and embed images, videos, you can add toggles so that you can compact all your studying and make things easy for revisions and easily swap around certain paragraphs and sections. And so I find it really useful when it comes to organizing things. I've used it in my creative process, in my Pathfinder campaign, and even writing notes for these videos, bullet points for these videos. So I feel like if I stick to that as my base for studying, for taking initial notes in class, I feel like that is going to be a solid foundation from which I will build upon. In addition to this, I'm going to incorporate two other apps that you guys have probably heard of. One is called Anki and the other is called Forest. Anki is a flashcard program that makes use of this idea called spaced repetition, where you forget things at a certain rate and then it quizzes you with your flashcards that you've made at a certain date relative to when you're scientifically most likely to forget it. So as soon as you need to review it, theoretically, that's when Anki brings the card up. So using that with my notes can only help, I think. In addition to that, I'm also going to be using Forest. Now, Forest is a fun program. It is one of my favorite apps of all time, and I have been using it for productivity in general for some years, ever since I heard about it from Thomas Frank. And it is essentially the Pomodoro technique, just put into a really cute app that makes it to where you plant trees. So for each 25-minute Pomodoro session, you plant a tree, and then if you don't successfully focus for that 25 minutes, that tree dies. So I think remaining consistent with this will help broaden my focus and sharpen it, kind of like sharpen it like an axe, so that I have the focus there, and then I have the notes, and then I have the recall. So bringing this all together, making it into a habit, I think that to start off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write all my initial notes on Notion, and then afterwards, I'm going to, right after class, do one Pomodoro with Forest to just review my notes. Because I don't do that, but apparently that's a really good thing to do after class, is to review your notes right after class. So I'm going to do that, and then take a break, and then after that, one more Pomodoro to organize and make flashcards out of the notes that I had for that day. And then from that, I'll have those flashcards, and I will have had the study methods before, keeping myself accountable with the Pomodoro technique, and using Notion to clean up my notes and make good notes. And then the next day, I can start off by having my breakfast, and then doing one Pomodoro technique, one Pomodoro session, to review the flashcards and just basically skim what I reviewed the night before, so that my brain is essentially primed on what I'm supposed to remember from the night prior. And so that accounts for 3 Pomodoro sessions. So it may seem cumbersome to say that out loud, especially to myself, because I'm not used to establishing these kinds of habits, but I don't think that's unfeasible, because it still does not even come close to the, allotted time you're supposed to spend studying. So I think holding myself to those 3 apps and only those 3 apps, not going from paper to computer to slides to mind maps to all these different things to Cornell and whatever. I don't think doing that will help me. So I think making sure that I stick in this bubble of Anki, Forest, Notion is going to really help in the long run. Next up is sleep. Now, we all know how good sleep is for pretty much everything in life, so I won't spend too much time on it here. However, most of us don't get the good old REM sleep we need for ass-kicking long-term memory. And whether it's because of too much caffeine, or too much stress, or an absolute lit gaming session, it's just better if you have a more consistent sleep schedule. So I'm going to try and incorporate a better nighttime routine so that I can wind down, make sure that I don't have caffeine at least 9 hours before sleep, because something tells me that I have a caffeine sensitivity, although I've never tested it. So yeah, sleep is important, and that's my PSA to you guys too. Sleep is damn important, so don't neglect that. Last up is accountability. Now, accountability is vital for success if I am to believe the likes of Matt Diavella and Thomas Frank and other productivity YouTubers of that ilk. And so I'm very, very eager to incorporate that as part of my habits to ensure that my semester ends with a bang. Now, I'm going to come at this with a two-pronged attack. The first part of this accountability method is going to be telling my close friends and family what my goals are and what my habits I want to enact are, like similar to this video, so that they can hold me accountable to that if they remember it, or if I bring it up to them and say like, hey, I need to study for this, do you think that you could hold me to that? And then see what they say, and I think that would really help out a lot. The second part of this two-pronged attack is going to be this YouTube channel, actually. I feel like if I use this YouTube channel as a journal, it'll actually hold me accountable with you guys. So if I post weekly videos of my studying, I feel like I can cement good memories, possibly offer some inspiration/entertainment, and also put essentially a declaration of my devotion out there so that it can be an accountability, so that I can make an accountability partner of the YouTube sphere, so to speak. So I think it'll be interesting to test that out. And so because of that, come late August, expect some school vlogs to be starting up. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Also, there's an additional benefit here that I want to underscore. I noticed that with a lot of productivity channels and a lot of productivity guru guides, there's like no tangible follow through. Like they show the case studies, and that's good, that's all well and fine, and they show like they go through their methods and stuff, but I rarely see people where they have the journey from the beginning to the end when it comes to trying out something that has been proven to work, or trying out a method that works for the majority of the people. So me, starting out a little bit shaky, if my grades improve, or if my mental health improves, or if any paradigm improves based on the productivity actions that I'm going to enact here, I want you guys to know about it. Because I want you guys to also enact these in your life if it's in some tangible package. I really want you guys to be able to use it as sort of your own boost if you guys are struggling with school as well, so that it shows that if I have an improvement with this method, then you'll be able to see that. You'll be able to literally see sequentially me improving or me getting better. And so I hope that will offer as some inspiration or some entertainment, if anything. So yeah, planner, consistent study habits, sleep, and accountability. Those are the 4 paradigms that I'm going to be working on. And I'm really looking forward to incorporating them into my life. I think it's going to be really fun. And I hope you guys don't mind the vlogs in the future. I think that they will be fun, and I hope you guys stick around. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. And like, subscribe, and comment if it catches your fancy, and I'll catch you later.